But tonight's game on 810varsity.com, pitting these two squads should be a good one. Bishop Miege 4-1 on the season, as I said, but looking at Blue Valley West, they're 2-2 on the season. So you might think they've had a little bit of struggles. Well, they opened up the year losing both their first two games, but recently they've been riding a two-game winning streak, coming up with some big victories. They beat Blue Valley Southwest and Blue Valley North. They open up district play as well next week. They'll be at Olathe East in that one. Last week they played at Blue Valley Southwest, won that one 14-10 in a tight one. Scored a defensive touchdown in their first touchdown of the game. That was an Austin O'Grady 43-yard interception return. While Conley Wilkins, had 25 carries for 148 yards, and the other score for the Jaguars of Blue Valley West. The Jaguars, a primarily run-orientated team, so Bishop Miege will definitely have to look out for the running attack of the aforementioned Conley Wilkins. Wilkins has had a few games up north, 30 carries. He's went over 100 yards in a few contests this season as well, so he's definitely the go-to offensive player for Blue Valley West. A little bit of different thing for Bishop Miege. They have a few go-to players on the offensive end. They got your quarterback, who is a dual threat. He can run it and as well as sling it around the turf. He's got 17 touchdown passes in Montel Cozart. He's got some very high-caliber wide receivers in Trey Parmerly, McKinley Johnson, just to name a couple. Got a tight end, Adam Novak, that's been targeted quite a bit this season. And then at running back, the primary go-to guy in that position for the Stags is Quanzi Johnson. Over 45 carries and about 300 yards. He averages 6.3 yards per carry, does Quanzi, on the season. Bishop Miege will receive here to start off the contest. Blue Valley West winning the toss and electing to defer to the second half. Mentioned both of these two teams fairly good at the rushing attack. Little bit of different point outputs between both of these two squads. 27-point average on the season for Blue Valley West, and then for Bishop Miege, a little bit different, 35.6 points per game for the Stags. Spencer Johannesman to kick off. And back deep, it looks like it's going to be picked up by McKinley Johnson. Johnson's going to work over to the near side. Johnson's got some space. He's at the 40, and he's up to the 50. That is McKinley Johnson. I got deceived for a second on who it was. But he's going to get all the way. Looked like he got to the 35, but they're going to mark him down a little bit short of that. About the 38-yard line is where Bishop Miege will start this one off. Nice job, though. Special teams play going to be key. Blue Valley West has a touchdown on special teams this season. But a early field position for Bishop Miege here to start off this first quarter. Nice job by McKinley Johnson with that huge return. Cozart will be in the shotgun with Johnson in the backfield. That is Quanzi Johnson. In motion is the fullback, Novak at the tight end. He goes back into a fullback position. A handoff, Adam Novak with the carry. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. So Novak went in position from his slot position on the near side and went to the fullback position. Thought he might set up the block, but he gets the carry. 4-yard gain by Novak. Second and 6. Cozart will be under center this time. Now he's going to check it, go to the shotgun with Quanzi Johnson in the backfield. 3 wide receivers out to the far side. Johnson moves over to Cozart's left. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson tries a stiff arm, brought down in the backfield. Nice job there by the defense of Blue Valley West. Brett McCannon with the stop by the Jaguars. Brings up third down, 3rd and 8 after a 2-yard loss. Cozart in the shotgun by himself. The triangle formation of wide receivers to the far side. Quick fire pass, that one to Parmalee. Parmalee looks like he might have enough for the first down. Maybe just about a yard short. Grant Garcia with the stop for the Jaguars. Looks like he's going to come up a yard short for Parmalee. 10-17 left here in the first quarter. First drive of the contest. Bishop Miege had the big play on special teams by McKinley Johnson to return the ball to the 38-yard line of the Jaguars. Cozart and the Stags will go for it on 4th down. 4th and 2 after a 6-yard pass to Cozart to Parmalee. See the triangle wide receiver formation to the near side this time. Parmalee the back receiver. The far side receiver is Novak. Wide open is Quanzi Johnson right in the slot. He's going to take it all the way and cash his ticket for a touchdown here to start off the contest. Quanzi Johnson snuck through the defense. They thought the Blue Valley West Jaguars they were going to go to Parmalee once again. Nice block by Adam Novak to cause some deception on that play. Then you see a slant pass from Cozart to Quanzi Johnson for the first score of the game. 9:43 left here in the first quarter, and already on the board is Bishop Miege. Extra point is up and good. So 7-0. No good. It was ruled good on the scoreboard, but the referees down below say no good. Looked good from my vantage point, but I am a little skewed from the proper vantage point from the referees. So PAT no good for Bishop Miege, but they do get on the board for the first score. Quanzi Johnson with the touchdown reception. It was a nice job by Johnson, as it was well over about 30 yards. So Bishop Miege takes the 6-0 lead here in the first quarter. The Kansas City Command season tickets for the 2012 Arena Football League season at the Sprint Center are now on sale. Call 855-KC-ARENA. Miege has struck quickly quite a few times this season, and they do it here once again. This one against Blue Valley West here tonight live on 810varsity.com. Colin Carter will take the kick to get things back underway. 9:43 left here in this first quarter as Bishop Miege scores on their first offensive drive. Low line drive, going to be scooped up about the 10-yard line by the Jaguars. Brought down at the 25. Nice job on special teams. Grant Garcia with the return. It looked like a slew of tacklers for Bishop Miege, most notably Alec Friesen. So with 9:35 left here in the first quarter and trailing by 6, the Blue Valley West Jaguars get their first offensive series from the 26-yard line. Ryan Ralston, the quarterback, under center. He's got the wide receivers tight, and he's going to hand it back to his running back. That one hand off to Conley Wilkins. Wilkins busts up for about 5 yards on the game. Wilkins will be the primary offensive threat that the Stags will have to watch out for tonight. As I mentioned, Wilkins has multiple 100-yard games this season. Scored a multitude of touchdowns as well. 10 rushing touchdowns for Wilkins. Ralston under center once again, tight both sides. Ralston's going to hand off to Wilkins once again. Straight up the middle, first down and a little bit more, looks like. Gain of 5 on the play, gain of 6 on that previous play, but first down by Wilkins, straight up the middle, off the handoff by Ralston. Timmy Mahoney with the tackle for Bishop Miege. So Blue Valley, after a couple run plays for Conley Wilkins, they get the first down. Ralston again under center, Wilkins in the backfield. Wide receivers tight to the formation on the far side. Ralston going to drop back again, handoff to Wilkins. He's met in the backfield. Loss of about 1 pull on that play. Nice job by the Blue Valley defense. Thomas Shamit, as well as Brad Ivy, who had a fumble recovery for a touchdown last week on that tackle. Officially ruled no gain. It looked like he may have lost a yard for Wilkins, but gets back to the initial line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, 8:34 left here in the first quarter. Jaguars trail by 6 to the Stags after a touchdown. Rolston under center. Twin receivers to the far side. Rolston going to drop back to pass, working out to his left. He's going to drop back. Going to fire this one all over everyone's head. Almost intercepted. Poked up. Timmy Mahoney was the nearest Stag that could have possibly came up with the turnover there. Yeah, Brett McMacken, the intended receiver for Ryan Rolston. 3rd and 10 now after the incomplete pass by Rolston. Twin receivers lone receiver to both sides. Tight right for the Jaguars. Fake handoff, then he's actually going to hand it off in the backfield. Nice job by the Bishop Miege. Wilkins with the carry. Brought down for a 2-yard loss. Thomas Shamit with the big defensive play in the backfield. 4th down, looks like the punting unit will be on the field now. Johnny Middletour, the punter for Blue Valley West. 7:45 left here in the first quarter. The Stags lead this one by 6 to nothing after they score the initial touchdown. Punted by Middleton is like a line drive punt. Johnson going to field it. He's at the 30, trying to make some shifty moves. He's going to be brought down. Looks like nice tackle. Beautiful wrap up there by Spencer Petrillo. So the Stags will not have as good as field position as they had on the first offensive drive. I mean, a great field position by McKinley Johnson on the kickoff return to start things off for Bishop Miege, which led to that touchdown drive, the pass from Cozart to Quanzi Johnson. The Stags will line up on their second offensive series of the contest from their own 34. Cozart will be in the shotgun. Looked like he may initially was going to go under center. Trip receivers to the far side. Quanzi Johnson in the backfield. Cozart drops back to pass. Now he's going to roll out to his left. He's still going to find a wide receiver. Brought in by Novak. Novak's got some space. He's going to take it all the way. He's at the 5. Touchdown. Looks like Adam Novak with the reception, I believe. Touchdown, Bishop Miege. Nice play there from the 34-yard line. Timmy Mahoney on the pass. Yeah, Timmy Mahoney with the reception. Got my numbers confused there. Maybe a penalty on the play, it looks like. Penalty was on Blue Valley West, so it still counts as a touchdown. Nice pass by Cozart to Timmy Mahoney. 66-yard pass from Cozart to Mahoney, and the touchdown. Sideline warning is the penalty. I didn't see the flag on the field, so I was wondering exactly what the referee was going to call there, but a little extracurricular activity by the Jaguars on the sideline, and the referee gave him a warning here in this first quarter. The extra point up, and that one good by Colin Carter. So 13-0 now here early in the first quarter behind 2 Montel Cozart passes. A approximately 31-yard pass to Quanzi Johnson. And a slant pass on some deception on the first offensive drive. Then a one-play drive for the Stags of Bishop Miege to get a 66-yard pass to Timmy Mahoney. And Mahoney found himself down the seam, the far sideline, cashing it in for another score for Bishop Miege. $5 foot-long subs are back at Mr. Goodson's. 7 great subs to choose from. Come see what fresh really is at Mr. Goodson's. Carter will get the kickoff once again. It looks like we were just in this circumstance moments ago as Blue Valley West got an initial first down, but then were stifled by the Stags defense, punted away, and the Stags started the offensive drive, one play, and they were back in the end zone. Low line drive kick. That one picked up about the 15-yard line. Looked like Garcia once again fields it there for the Jaguars, brings it all the way up to the 32, 33-yard line for the Jaguars. And Garcia once again with that return. 7 minutes left here in this first quarter. 13-0. Bishop Miege leads this one over Blue Valley West, live on 810varsity.com. Second offensive series for the Jaguars. They move the ball with their running back, Conley Wilkins, to start things off. Got an initial first down on 2 plays, so it looks like they may go back with that. Ralston under center. Tight ends to both sides. Drops back, and he's going to hand it off to Wilkins. Wilkins stutter step. Going to be brought down. He evades a few tacklers. Looked like he was going to be brought down in the backfield. Thought he was down, but shifty through there is Wilkins. Richard Smith in on the tackle for the Stags. Also throw in Brad Ivy in the mix as well. So what looked like a no gain initially for Wilkins ends up panning out in about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 for the Jaguars here. Ralston under center once again. Wide receiver out wide to the far side. Hand off to Wilkins once again. He's going to work it to the far side. Met by the Stags defense and brought down. No gain on that one, it looks like. Looks like Smith again possibly in on that tackle. Third and 7 after a 2-yard loss on the play. Wilkins moving backwards there. Ralston checking the play. He's in under center once again. Twin receivers to both sides. Wilkins in the backfield. Ralston drop backs a pass. He's got to get some space. He's got men in front of him, and he got some space. He's going to take it himself. Looks like he's got enough for the first down and about a yard more. Brad Ivy runs Ralston out of bounds, but enough for Blue Valley West Jaguars first down. 5:38 left here in this first quarter as the Jaguars trail 13-0 to Bishop Miege. Ralston looked like he was going to drop back. Looked like he was initially targeting near side wide receivers, but he didn't have any time to look down the field too much because he had some men in his face. I think Richard Smith was in the backfield. Can throw in as well as Jack Leslie. .536 left here in this first quarter. 13-0. Bishop Miege winning this one here. Ralston under center, looking back for Wilkins. Handoff again. No, he's going to keep it himself. Sling it out. He's got a man open, and it's off the fingertips. Great deception there. Ralston incomplete down the far sideline. Looks like Brett McMacken, the intended receiver down the far sideline for Ralston. 5:20 here to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Great deception, though. Ralston got me, at least. Fake handoff to Wilkins. I mean, Wilkins, as I mentioned, the primary ball toter here in this second half. Handoff to Wilkins. He's met in the backfield ferociously. And a loss of about 5 yards on the play. Defensive end Richard Smith with the tackle. Bishop Miege looks like they read the scouting report. Head coach Tim Grunhard having them well prepared for that running attack of the Jaguars. Only a 4-yard loss on the play, but that brings up 3rd and 14. So you got to think Ralston's going to sling it out here. Wilkins still in the backfield. Twin receivers to the near side. Ralston rolling out to the near side. Ralston's got some pressure on him. He's going to fire. Missed right there. Looked like his intended target was Brett McMakin in there as well. Kel McMakin as also in that vicinity. So the McMakins unable to track that pass down. 4th down again for Blue Valley West. Johnny Middleton on the punt once again. Johnson didn't get a very good punt return on the last one. We'll see what can happen here for the Stags on this punt return. Bobbled by Middleton. He still gets it off. Almost blocked. Novak got in the backfield. Fielded there. This one's George. Or no, Parmalee. Parmalee's got it at the 30. He's going to get to about the 35 and out of bounds. So a little bit better field position for the Stags here on this 3rd offensive series. Better than their 2nd one. But not too much. Almost a catastrophe for the Jaguars, though, as the punt snap was bobbled in the backfield by Middleton. Adam Novak got into the backfield. Novak's primary position, tight end on the offensive side of things. Also plays along the defensive line on the defense. But in there on special teams, almost came up with a blocked punt. Would have been a huge play for Bishop Miege as they lead by 13. 13-0 is the score here in the first quarter. 4:24 left to go in the first. Cozart in the shotgun. Gets a man in motion. Quick pass to Parmalee to the near side. Parmalee's got some blockers in front of him. Novak out there blocking. Parmalee still on his feet. About midfield, going to be brought down. Enough for the first down. About a 14-yard gain on the pass. Quick pass by Cozart to the flat to Trey Parmalee, his primary target on the season. Parmalee has 37 receptions coming in to tonight's contest. Austin O'Grady and Cale McCakin in on the tackle. Cozart will be in the shotgun once again. Looks like only single back as Novak was in the backfield communicating with Cozart, but will go in the slot to the far side. Twin receivers both sides. Now Novak in motion. Novak now going to line up in the slot to the near side. Cozart drops back the pass. Got Johnson in the backfield to help block. Now Cozart rolls out. Looks like he's going to take it himself. Get about 5 yards and be out of bounds about the 45-yard line. Flag on the field. We'll see what the call is. But a nice 5-yard scamper by Montel Cozart. He saw that good coverage downfield by the Jaguars. Their secondary, they have a little bit of an interesting setup on the defensive end. An illegal shift. That one would have been on Adam Novak because he was the only one moving in that offensive set. The defense, or the base defense for the Jaguars is a 4-2-5, so they play in the nickel pretty much in the contest. So they've got a lot of guys that are defensive back caliber players in order to stay up with these wide receivers and tight ends. Parmalee and Smith, the near side receivers for Cozart and the Stags. Twin backs, Cozart fake handoff to Novak. Cozart got some space, fired, almost got a piece of that one. Johnson dives out for it, can't get to that one, double covered. McKinley Johnson, about the 20-yard line, dived for that one, but couldn't get to it. Incomplete pass. Be 3rd down and 15. Another penalty, it looks like, maybe. Yeah, another penalty, and believe it's on the Stags. So they'll be moving backwards once again. They already had a 5-yard penalty just a few seconds ago. 3:40 left here in this first quarter. Stags have gotten 2 scores on the board. Both touchdown passes from Cozart. One to Quanzi Johnson, over 30 yards there, and then a 66-yarder to Timmy Mahoney. So 1st and 20 now after another penalty. Penalty accepted by the Jaguars, moving the Stags back even more. Trip receivers to the far side. You got Novak in the slot, Smith, and I believe Parmalee also. Johnson, the near side receiver. Handoff to Quanzi Johnson in the backfield. In amongst everybody right there. The defensive line swallowed up by the Jaguars. Jaguars defensive line swallowing up Quanzi Johnson. Nader Zayed with that tackle from his defensive line position. Got 2 yards out of that play, though, did Johnson. So moving in the right direction there after 2 penalties. Goes out in the shotgun once again. Tried a quick pass, but he's going to keep it himself. Quarterback keeper designed there. Looks like he may get back to the initial line of scrimmage. So it'll be an 8-yard gain if he's credited with that. Third and 11, so they don't give him the initial line of scrimmage, do the referees, but they give him 7 on the quarterback keeper. 2:36 left here in this first quarter. Miege leading by 13. Goes out in the shotgun. The diamond formation of wide receivers to the far side. Drops back. He gets hit. He fires. Looked like he had a wide open Richard Smith. Richard Smith had possession. Conley Wilkins with the coverage, but Wilkins definitely gives up the height to Smith. The height that being so short by Wilkins might help him on the offensive end, being shifty at the running back position, but not on the defensive end. Faust also in on that. Punt team on the field now for Bishop Miege. They get the punt off. That one by Russell Gray. This one's going to take a bounce for the Stags, go out of play. About the 8-yard line. So great punt there by Gray. Blue Valley West will start their next offensive drive with 2 minutes left here in this first quarter from their own 9-yard line. Nick and Jake's, real food, honest drink. Nick and Jake's, the proud sponsor of 810varsity.com. Check out our promotions throughout the season on Facebook or on Twitter at Nick and Jake's. Bishop Miege leading this one 13-0 here in the first quarter. 2 touchdown passes by the quarterback Montel Cozart. Ralston under center. He's got receivers to the near side. Looks like he's going to hand it off to Wilkins. Again, go to the near side, about gain of 2 yards, and out of play he goes. So after a 2-yard gain by Wilkins, it is 2nd and 8 for Blue Valley West, deep in their own territory. Ralston under center once again. Receivers to each side. Wilkins in the backfield. Ralston faked the pass. He's got a man in his face in the backfield. Looks like Thomas Shamit in the backfield getting a piece of Ralston. Cale McMakin, the intended receiver, towards the far sideline, but incomplete pass. Ralston unable to really connect on anything thus far in the passing game. The only effective thing on the offensive end has been Conley Wilkins, and haven't been able to move the ball, have the Jaguars that well. They've gotten a couple first downs. Just under 2 minutes left here in this first quarter. Handoff once again to Wilkins. Wilkins going to go near side, brought down immediately by a slew of tacklers. Nice job by Bishop Miege. Brad Ivy and Richard Smith pushing him out of bounds. 4th down, so 3 and out this time for Blue Valley West. Getting a little bit stagnant on the offensive end. They got a couple first downs on the first few offensive drives to the Jaguars, but this time nothing going there. A couple runs for Wilkins and a few yards, and then an incomplete pass mixed in there as well. So the punt team comes on once again. Johnny Middleton gets that one, and it takes a sharp spike about the 45-yard line and will bounce in favor of the Jaguars across the 50 and be down to about the 47-yard line of Bishop Miege. They'll mark it at the 48. So great field position, though, for Bishop Miege. They started off in Jaguar territory on their first offensive drive and were able to punch it in for the initial score of the game, and a touchdown pass from Cozart to Quanzi Johnson on a beautiful slant pass that had some deception involved on the 4 wide receiver diamond formation that they put out for Bishop Miege. It definitely panned out there for the first score of the game on the first offensive drive. Parmalee going to go in the Wildcat formation. Kozart going to split out to the near side. Trip receivers to the near side. Parmalee going to take it himself. Going to have the keeper straight up the middle. Brought down immediately, though, at the defensive line. Looks like Austin Ash with the tackle. So you saw Bishop Miege trying to throw a little bit of different look out there on the offensive side as Kozart split out from his quarterback position, and Trey Parmalee instead was taking the hike. Twin receivers to the near side. Now Novak goes out in motion, lines up, makes it trips to the near side. Kozart in the shotgun. That one quick handoff there. This one going to go to Connor DeLeon, I believe. Connor DeLeon with the carry to the far sideline. Gain of about 2 on the play. Connor Faust in on the tackle. First quarter almost done. Looks like it's going to go to an end here at the first quarter in the books here at Bishop Miege. And Miege leads this one 13-0 over Blue Valley West. 13-0 by the Stags. They scored on 2 Montel Kozart passes. One to Quanzi Johnson over 30 yards on that pass, and then a 66-yarder one-play drive. Pass and catch from Kozart to Timmy Mahoney. That's the only scores of the game. That's where we stand after one. 13-0. Bishop Miege leading this one over Blue Valley West. Have you always wanted to learn to fly? Has it been a lifelong dream? Now you can live the dream. Learning to fly with Air Associates can be one of the most exciting, rewarding, and challenging activities you'll ever experience. You'll have the most fun you've ever had. Their FAA-certified flight instructors will take you through every step from first flight to solo, to the freedom of your pilot's license in their modern Cessna aircraft. Their special flight packages will make your training even more affordable. Visit their website at takeoffkc.com. Hey, sports fans, thinking about buying or selling a home? I know about 6,000 agents who would like to charge you way too much, or you can call our friends over at Realty 1.5. If you want Red 7, hot route service, and want to save thousands of dollars, give them a call at 913-302-7886. Again, 913-302-7886. Touchdown pass there by Kozart. Looks like it may go for a touchdown, and indeed it does. After the read there, Kozart connects with Parmalee, and a touchdown on the board to start things off here in the second quarter. So quick pass. The action gets back underway quickly here to start off the second half. Kozart dropped back to pass and fired that one in. 52-yard pass. And a one-play drive once again for Kozart and Bishop Miege. PAT up by Colin Carter and good. So 20-0 now after an initial score here to start off things in the second half. Bishop Miege striking quickly, wasting no time to get more points on the board. This one, Parmalee. Now, so 3 different receivers catching a touchdown pass from Montel Kozart thus far in tonight's contest. Quanzi Johnson getting the first one, Timmy Mahoney, and then Trey Parmalee. Some big touchdown passes, 66-yarder on the Timmy Mahoney catch and run, and then a 52-yarder by Trey Parmalee catch and run. That's going to be Parmalee's 9th receiving touchdown on the season, Mahoney's 2nd, and Quanzi Johnson's 2nd receiving touchdown on the year. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns as well. So the Bishop Miege Stags well on their way to their 35.6 points per game average that they've been getting at this season. They have 2 games this year that they've scored 48 points in, including last week's contest against St. Thomas Aquinas. Carter puts that one in the air. Nice boot there. Picked up about the 3-yard line by Garcia. Garcia weaves in through a few defenders, bound about the 21-yard line. Nice tackle by Luke Taylor. Comes off limping a little bit. Darren George also in on the mix. 11:42 left here in the second quarter before halftime. 20-0 is the score for Bishop Miege over Blue Valley West. The Jaguars have been stifled on the offensive side of things. They've really only effectively ran the ball slightly with Conley Wilkins. Haven't been able to connect really on any pass attempts by Ryan Rolston. Penalty flag on the play. We saw the Stags defenseman go down. That being Joey Fisher. And Bishop Miege credited with an offsides call, so a 5-yard gain before the offensive series starts for the Jaguars. That was Fisher's fault on the offsides, and he's going to go back to the sideline. Adam Novak back in the contest for him at the defensive end position. Ralston drops back, going to hand it off to Wilkins. He's met immediately at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Novak in on that tackle along that defensive line. Nick Shondell as well. Timmy Mahoney coming up. Jaguars down by 3 scores here in this second quarter. They don't throw the ball very often, as I mentioned in the little bit of pregame before tonight's contest. Upwards of 30 carries per game for Conley Wilkins. About that. Ralston's going to drop back to pass this one, and almost caught, but dropped there by his wide receiver, Cameron Egan, the intended receiver to the near side. Nice defense by McKinley Johnson. Timmy Mahoney also over there along the sideline. 3rd and 6 after the incomplete pass. 5 of those 6 yards gained, it came off of a penalty by Bishop Miege. And the 1-yard gain on the first down play by a run by Conley Wilkins. 3rd and 6 after the incompletion. Ralston under center once again. Twin receivers to the far side. Ralston going to drop back. He's working out to the far side. Pumps that one way in the air. Looks like he's got a wide receiver off his hands, and he drops it. Wow, it was almost there. Looked like Robert Edwards was the intended receiver. Excuse me, Spencer Petrillo, the intended receiver, not Edwards. Close numbers between those two gentlemen. 10:46 left here in the first half. That brings up 4th down. Middleton again in punt formation. So 4 offensive series for the Jaguars of Blue Valley West and 4 punts thus far in the contest. Like some line drive punts coming by Middleton. That one going to go down around the 40-yard line and bounce a little bit. Going to be marked down at about the 38-yard line of Bishop Miege, is where the Stags will regain the possession. Stags looking for some more points to put on the board. They struck on 2 drives in 1 play. Those being deep pass plays. One over 52 yards, the other being over 66 yards. And Cozart has 3 touchdown passes on the night. 20-0 is the score. The Stags of Bishop Miege leading this one over Blue Valley West. As I mentioned, Blue Valley West offense very stagnant thus far. Unable to get really a offensive drive mounted. Cozart in the shotgun. He's got the diamond wide receiver formation to the far side. Looking for Parmaligan. It's going to be a quarterback keeper designed. As Cozart goes straight up the middle. That one designed quarterback run. Met by Davis Clark along that defensive line. Cozart may have gotten 1 if he gets a generous spot from the referees, but he looks like it's going to be right about the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 is the official spot for for Cozart and the Stags. We see Smith in motion now. He goes to the far side of the formation. Pitch into the backfield. That one to Taylor. Taylor, flag on the play. Connor DeLeon with the carry. Gain of 1 on the play. Off the pitch from Kozart. We'll wait and see what the referee calls on the penalty. It was from behind the offense of Bishop Miege, so one would think it would be against the Stags. And it is holding on Bishop Miege, so that'll back him up 5 yards. So instead of 2nd and 9, it will be 3rd and 9. It would be 2nd and 20 after the holding call, 10-yard penalty. Bishop Miege can strike in big chunks, though, through the passing game. We saw him do it already thus far this season and in tonight's contest. Kozart drops back to pass, looking towards the near side. Going to roll out now. He's got Parmalee, and this one he just throws over the head of Parmalee and out of play. Parmalee was covered. He had the initial open man, Parmalee to the near side, but Kozart didn't see him. Then he rolled out, saw Parmalee, but he was covered at that moment. .9:37 left here in this first half of action. 20-0 is the score. Bishop Miege leading this one over Blue Valley West. Miege has really dictated the pace on both sides of the ball. They've struck quickly on the offense. And on the defensive side of things, they made sure that it's been 4 punts for the Jaguars. Kozart in the shotgun, going to drop back to pass. Quick pitch this time to Johnson. It looks like he's met by the defensive line of the Jaguars. That went nowhere. Great play by the Jaguars defense to sniff that one out and make sure it went nowhere absolutely. Ryan Ignasic and Nader Zayed in on the tackle. Agnish playing the defensive line position. 9 minutes here left in this first half. Punting unit on the field for Bishop Miege. That one off the foot of Gray. Going to be fielded about the 30-yard line. Slipped down. Did the Jaguars. Garcia back to return that one, but got nowhere. The 30-yard line will be where the Jaguars set up things here on the offensive drive. Still find themselves down by 3 scores, does Blue Valley West. They were able to stop Bishop Miege on the last offensive series. They look to get on the scoreboard here and make this more of a competitive game, as Ralston going to drop back to pass this time. Looking for his receiver. He's got his man. That was going to be caught by Egan. Cameron Egan with the reception. 15-yard reception by Egan. Coming from the near side. Cutting into the middle of the field and coming up with that reception. Egan has a 68-yard touchdown pass, or catch, to his credit this season. So he's a big play capability, does Egan. Ralston the Jaguars after the first down. He's going to drop back to pass once again. Fires this time. He's got Egan once again, but this time on the far side. This one only goes for about 8 yards on the play. Greg Orick with the tackle. Back-to-back passing plays and connections by Ralston and Cameron Egan. 8 minutes left here in this first half of action. Ralston under center. He's got 3 receivers tight to the near side. Wilkins in the backfield. Ralston going to be hit. Doesn't even get the pitch off to Wilkins. Nice job by Adam Novak. Defensive position to smash Ralston into the ground for a sack there. 3rd and 7. After the sack by Adam Novak. He read that play all the way and got to the quarterback before Ralston could pitch it out to his running back Wilkins. So after the sack, 3rd and 7. 7:20 left here in this first half. Ralston under center. Looks like he's going to try to sling this one out. He's got Wilkins in the flat, and now he's going to get it. And he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Ralston taking too much time in the backfield. Adam Novak back-to-back sacks for the Stags of Bishop Miege. Flag on the field. We'll see what the call is. I believe it's in the vicinity of holding. It is on Blue Valley West, so it looks like a penalty will be declined because it'll be 4th down on that sack. Not sure exactly what the call was, but legal procedure is the official call on Blue Valley West. But penalty declined, 4th down coming for the Jaguars. Milton back on the field for the punt. Back to take the punt is Parmalee. So back-to-back sacks by Adam Novak to stop that offensive drive after some initial good plays by Ralston connecting with his wide receiver Egan. Punt off. Parmalee going to corral it at the 20. Parmalee going to work towards the far sideline and go out of play about the 33. So Trey Parmalee returns it about officially 12 yards, it looks like. Flag on the play. We'll wait and see who's that against, and then we'll back up the Stags where they start on the next offensive drive. 6:48 left here in this first half of action. Factory Direct Appliance, a proud sponsor of A10varsity.com. Buy Factory Direct and save at Factory Direct Appliance. Call 816-468-8344 or visit us at kcfda.com. Holding on the Stags of Bishop Miege, so indeed it will back up the field position. Pretty much negate a little bit of that Parmalee return. Let's see where they mark it. And almost negating the whole entire return as Parmalee fielded it at the 20, and they're going to set up things on the 21 for the Stags. Timeout on the field, Blue Valley West. So with 6:48 left here in the first half, and trailing by 20, Blue Valley West takes a timeout. Bishop Miege leading this one after 3 touchdown scores. They missed the extra point on the first initial one, but it's been Montel Cozart slinging the ball quite a bit here tonight. He's got 20 touchdowns on the season now. Came into tonight's contest with 17, but now 20 after 3 touchdown passes here tonight. 3 different players catch a touchdown pass for Bishop Miege. Trey Parmalee, the most recent one, catching a 52-yarder, a 66-yard catch by Timmy Mahoney, and then about a 31-yarder for Quanzi Johnson. Make sure A10varsity.com is your central hub for the playoffs. A Playoff Central. Get live district standings, live updated playoff brackets, and even bracketology. A10varsity.com predicting the playoff field, your source for the playoffs. A10varsity.com. You can check out predicted playoff brackets right now at A10varsity.com. Bishop Miege, I believe, slated to take on Topeka Seaman as of right now in the predicted bracketology for the state of Kansas in the playoffs. Handoff by Cozart there. Adam Novak with the carry towards the near side. Looks like he's going to get about 7 yards on that play. Grant Garcia with the stop. Gain of only 6 for Novak. 2nd and 4. 6:25 left here in this first half of action. Cozart looks like he's going to go under center this time. He's got DeLeon in the backfield. And a handoff to DeLeon, it looks like. Or handoff to Novak, excuse me. Adam Novak with the carry once again, and he gets the first down. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. Burgess with the stop for the Jaguars. Initially looked like a gain of about 5 yards. Okay, the referees do say first down. Thought they might have called a timeout for measurement. The initial signal looked like that, but head referee comes in and says it's good enough for a first down for Bishop Miege. Keep the drive alive here with 5:47 left here in the first half. So 1st and 10 from their own 31 for the Stags of Bishop Miege. Cozart in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the far side. Near side wide receiver is Parmalee. Quick pump right down the middle. Novak again. 3rd time he's probably seen this or here on the catch. Adam Novak with the reception in the middle of the field. Almost taken to the 50-yard line. Going to be marked down officially at the 48. First down again, though, for Bishop Miege. Another first down for Bishop Miege. This time they're actually methodically moving the ball down the field. We saw him strike quickly on 2 offensive drives here. 1 play and a touchdown. The last 2 touchdowns scored on the board, matter of fact. As Cozart in the under center position here. Smith went in motion, lines up in the tight end slot to the far side. This one hand off to De Leon. Straight up the middle. Looks like a gain of 3 yards on the play. De Leon getting a heavy dose here. Came into tonight's contest with only 10 carries and 62 yards, but gotten about 3 carries here on this offensive drive. So you see the Stags trying to mix it up on the offensive end. You know, the primary guys of Parmalee, Quanzi Johnson, McKinley Johnson being targeted on the night, but Mahoney's got a touchdown catch. Adam Novak, who has a few touchdowns on the season, being a little bit of a more involved here tonight. Connor De Leon getting some carries. Cozart at the pitch to the backfield. Automatically brought down is De Leon. Nice job by the Jaguars defense. Cale McMakin with the stop in the backfield. One of only a few times the Jaguars defense have been in the backfield of the Stags, and it brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 9. About the 49-yard line of Bishop Miege. Under 4 left here in this first half of action. Stags leading by 3 scores, 20-0 over Blue Valley West. Cozart will be under center once again. Tight end to both sides. Cozart drops back the pass, looking for Novak down the middle once again. Novak dove for it, but incomplete pass. Garcia with the coverage on Novak, and he had some good coverage there as Novak had to lay out for that one, but couldn't lay out just enough to extend for the reception. That brings up 4th down. That's going to bring on Russell Gray in the punting unit for Bishop Miege. So back-to-back punts on the last 2 offensive series for Bishop Miege. So Blue Valley West has kind of stepped up the defensive side of things and causing some punts here by the Stags. Fielded about the 7-yard line. Garcia with it. He's going to get up to the 30. Breaks a few tackles. Now going to be brought down towards the far sideline. Looks like Richard Smith may have been in on the tackle there. Indeed so. Richard Smith and Jack Gahn in on that tackle on special teams. 3:18 left here in the first half. So we'll see if Blue Valley West can get the offensive train cooking. As I mentioned, haven't been able to move the ball very effectively. The last offensive series had a couple pass connections by Ralston to Cameron Egan. Ralston under center. Looked like he was going to drop back to pass, but hands off to Wilkins. Wilkins got some space. He's got about 9 yards on the play. Breaks up through the middle. Wilkins, the best run of the night for him. Wesley on the tackle. And Cole Pickard as well in the mix for the Stags on the stop. So brought down after a gain of 9 is Wilkins. So set up 2nd and 1, with under 3 left here in the first half. Jaguars need a vote of confidence and try to get a score on the board. That would definitely do it going into halftime. Rolston again, handoff straight up the middle. Wilkins. He's brought down, but not after he gets the first down. Looks like Brad Ivy and Thomas Shamit in on that tackle. But first down for the Jaguars after the carry once again by Wilkins straight up the middle. Got about 3 yards on that play, so back-to-back runs for Conley Wilkins. Receivers out to both sides for Ralston and the Jaguars offense. Wilkins in the backfield once again. Another handoff straight up the middle. Met in the backfield, but he bounces off a tackle, does Wilkins. He's got some space. I'm going to get about 5 yards out of the play. Almost brought down in the backfield, but he was able to bounce out to the far side and get about 5 yards on the play. Greg Orrick from his cornerback position, bringing down the running back Wilkins. Now under 2 minutes left here in this first half. Jaguars trying to use the time that they've got, trying to mount something going into halftime. Rolston under center, going to look like he fakes the handoff. He's hit in the backfield, slings it over to the far sideline, bobbled and incomplete. Ralston was hit in the backfield. Massive hit by Timmy Mahoney, who came untouched. Cameron Hagan, the intended receiver. But Mahoney coming in from the far side, and Mahoney just nailed Ralston, but Ralston got it off in time. Hit the hands of his receiver, Egan, but just couldn't bring it in and to nestle that one in for a catch. Brings up 3rd and 5 after the incompletion, though. Plenty of time, minute 32 left here in this first half. Ralston getting a handoff to Wilkins. Wilkins looked like he almost got the first down. Nice hit by Parmalee, though. And also in there, Brad Ivy. Ivy bringing the thunder to stop him that one. Rudy Estrada in that mix as well. I think Brad Ivy, though, laid a pretty good hit on Wilkins. Maybe not the final hit to bring him down. I think Estrada was credited with that one. 4th down, though, after the Wilkins run. 4th and 3. Looks like a fourth and long 2, to be exact, on the spot of the ball. Timeout on the field by the Jaguars. They've got some thinking to do as they want to get this offensive drive still going, and they want to cash in for a score before the half. I mentioned Blue Valley West 2-2 on the season, running a 2-game winning streak, winning against Blue Valley Southwest and Blue Valley North on the season. Last game they won 14-10. They averaged 27 points per game. Most points they've scored this season is 48 in one contest. Most points that Bishop Miege has scored on the season happens to be 48 as well. That happening in 2 contests. Most recently, last week against St. Thomas Aquinas. Nick and Jake's, real food, honest drink. Nick and Jake's, the proud title sponsor of A10 Varsity. Located in Parkville and in the Parkville Commons and in Overland Park on 135th Street, or visit us online at nickandjakes.com. Make sure to check out a10varsity.com for all archived broadcast of the Bishop Miege Stags broadcast. Also got some Blue Valley West games up there as well. Some of their opponents called a few of their games this season. The punt coming by the Jaguars. So instead of going for it on 4th down, Middleton gets the punt off. Looks like he may have gotten hit, but no penalty on that one as it was accidental. And no return on the play as it's just going to be down to about the 8-yard line by the Jaguars. 34.6 seconds left here in the first half. You got to think Miege would probably just be satisfied with the 3-score lead that they've got going into half. After 3 touchdown passes at the hands of Montel Cozart and 3 different receivers for Bishop Miege. First one going to Quanzi Johnson, then a 66-yard one-play drive Mahoney catch from Cozart, and then a one-play drive once again, pass from Cozart to Parmalee, 52 yards on that connection. Cozart will be in the shotgun. Trip receivers to the near side. Lone receiver to the far. Looks like that one's McKinley Johnson. Cozart going to drop back to pass. This one, few plays looks like it's going to be it. Oh, that one bobbled. Intercepted by Blue Valley West. They have some space. They're going to have good field position. They may even punch it in for a score. Brought down at the 5. interception there. Nice job by Blue Valley West. Ryan Agnish with the interception. Pass looked like it was intended for Parmalee and bobbled. Parmalee got his hands on it, double covered. Agnish got a piece of it in the air and snagged it and pulled it in. 1st and goal from the 6 for the Jaguars. So a huge turn of events for Blue Valley West as they punted away and thought they were going to go into half with a goose egg on the board, but have a chance now to put some points on the board and cut into this Bishop Miege lead. Ralston under center, got receivers to the far side in a trip formation. Wilkins with the handoff to the far side, but brought down. Timeout on the field. 14.7 seconds. Left here in this first half. Huge turn of events, though, as Blue Valley West had to think that they were going to go into half with the goose egg on the board and just going to give the ball to Bishop Miege to try to stop them from putting more points on the board. Kozar tried to pass down the middle. Looked like he was going for Parmalee. Parmalee had 2 guys on him. Parmalee got his hands on it, bobbled the pass, and ended up in the hands of Ryan Agnostic. And it went out good for the interception. He brought it back to about the 6-yard line, did Agnostic. And that set up the Jaguars for 1st and goal. Now they're at the 5 after a Wilkins run, and it's 2nd and goal from the 5. 14.7 seconds left here in the first half. Blue Valley West trying to get on the board before halftime. Ralston under center. Tight ends to both sides. Going to drop back. He's going to roll out to the near side. Got some people in his face. Fires this one up in amongst everybody. Going to intercept it by Parmalee in the end zone. Parmalee's going to bring it out. He's at the near sideline. He's got some space. He's at the 40. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, but Parmalee gets the huge interception. So after being a part of the interception in favor of the Jaguars, Parmalee comes up with the interception for Bishop Miege in the end zone. A lofty pass by Ralston. He was being pressured in the backfield as he rolled out to the near side. Fired that one up. A little bit of dangerous pass by any type of quarterback. When you loft those passes up, you got air behind them and leaves time for the defensive backs to get in position to make a play on the ball, and that's just what Trey Parmalee did. You got less than 1 second officially left in this first half, so one play for the credit of Bishop Miege. Looks like they might try to sling it out. They lead by a score of 20-0. A huge chance for the Jaguars stifled after the interception. They had 2nd and goal from the 5 as Kozar drops back to pass. Rolls to the near side, got some pressure. He's just going to run this one and be brought down. Kozar with the keeper, and that's going to take us to the end of the first half. Davis Clark with the tackle on Kozar there. But that does it for the first half. 20-0 is the score. Blue Valley West trailing Bishop Miege. 3 touchdown passes by Montel Kozart, all going to different receivers. First one, Quanzi Johnson, a 30-plus yard catch there down a slant pass. 66-yard pass from Kozart to Mahoney, and a 52-yarder from Kozart to Parmalee on one-play drives to give the 20-0 lead for Bishop Miege here going into half. Blue Valley West, though, had the potential to put a touchdown or at least a field goal on the board, as they had 2nd and goal from the 5 after an interception by Ryan Agnostic, and then an interception thrown by Ryan Ralston in the end zone. Parmalee coming up with that one. So that negated that offensive drive for the Jaguars. That's going to take us to the half here on 810varsity.com. You're listening to live coverage of the Bishop Miege Stags taking on Blue Valley West as the Stags lead 20-0 over the Jaguars. Welcome back here at Bishop Miege High School. It's almost time for second half action as the Bishop Miege Stags lead this one 20-0 over Blue Valley West. 3 touchdowns scored in the first half of action for Bishop Miege, all coming through the air. Montel Cozart with 3 touchdown passes to 3 different targets. First one coming at the hands of Quanzi Johnson. Then a 66-yard drive, 1 play, a 66-yard catch by Timmy Mahoney, and a 1-play drive again, a 52-yard pass and catch from Cozart to his go-to wide receiver, Trey Parmalee. But second half action just about to get underway. Recap a little bit of what happened in the first half. Obviously, they had 20 points put on the board by Bishop Miege before Blue Valley West could really even do anything on offense. They had pretty much maybe get a first down, and then they would punt right after that. Moving the ball with Conley Wilkins a little bit. Passing game was a little suspect for the Jaguars to start things off. They picked it up a little while with a couple passes from Ralston to Cameron Egan. Egan had a couple nice catches. He would have had another one down the far sideline that would have set up the Jaguars on their second to last offensive drive for what would have been a potential score for them. And they punted it away with about 50 so seconds left, and thought Bishop Miege would be able to run some sort of play, getting ready to get that another score on the board, but couldn't get anything there as they throw an interception to Ryan Agnestic, and then that set up the Jaguars on their own, on the Stags' 6-yard line after a return. And then they get 1 yard gain by Conley Wilkins on a rush, and then Ryan Rolston rolls out to the near side, throws an interception to Trey Parmalee in the near side back of the end zone, and that's where we stand now. As it went into half after that, as we had 1 play for the Stags after that interception return. Went past the 50-yard line by Parmalee, but Cozart couldn't really get anything out of it as he just took it himself and ran for a few yards. So we stand at 20-0 here to start things off in the third quarter. And about a minute 40 left before we get that action underway. So turnover for both squads in the first half, but the scoring definitely in favor of Bishop Miege. They dictated the pace throughout that first half on the offensive side and the defense. In the backfield was Adam Novak wreaking havoc. 2 sacks to his credit. Back-to-back plays for Adam Novak. And huge plays on the offense by a slew of offensive threats. You have Cozart slinging the ball around from his quarterback position, also running it as well. And then he's getting it to his running backs, Connor DeLeon and Quanzi Johnson. You also have the wide receivers that Cozart has targeted through tonight's contest. McKinley Johnson, Trey Parmalee, of course, the 2 most notable wide receivers getting the primary targets on the season. But you got to mix in Richard Smith, the tight end Adam Novak, who's made some great plays on both sides of the ball tonight. And then Timmy Mahoney, who has the 66-yard touchdown catch in that first half. 810varsity.com now brings live video streams for more than 25 KC metro areas, schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to all the action live on your computer, iPad, or phone. And of course, live scores, rankings, and more, live or archive. Get the games at 810varsity.com. As I mentioned, all Bishop Miege games have been covered and will be covered throughout the remainder of the season, so all those games will be archived on the website. Few of the Blue Valley West games are up there as well, and tonight's contest will be archived when it is over. But we've got a whole nother half action to go before we get there. Still not out of hand for the Jaguars of Blue Valley West. If they can get the offense ratcheted up and be able to effectively move the ball down the field here in this second half, they can get a few scores on the board and possibly come back in this one. But they're going to have to stop that potent offense of Bishop Miege as well. And when I say potent, they can strike within one play or methodically move down the field as well. Definitely check out the bracketology playoffs bracket on a10varsity.com for the state of Kansas and Missouri. Got a bracketology going on, but potential playoff matchups for all the schools throughout Kansas and Missouri. Bishop Miege sitting at 4-1 on the season. In the bracketology, slated in the 5A category, obviously, they were predicted to play Topeka Seaman at this moment. Obviously, that's just a prediction, not any validity to that at the moment, just some bracketology like March Madness on ESPN. But district play starts for everybody around here next week. Blue Valley West, with their 2-2 record and pending their outcome of tonight, travel to Olathe East for their opening of district play. Mill Valley will be the opponent for Bishop Miege as they go on the road there. Colin Carter with the kickoff. Nice, beautiful kick, skying in the air, and that one's going to be a touchback as it went over the goal line. So starting from their own 20-yard line will be Blue Valley West. Kick was fielded by Derek Dunker. Haven't seen very much of. He's a running back for Blue Valley West. He sees some carries on the season. He's got a couple an 86-yard kickoff return touchdown, so definitely on a special teams note. He's a threat, but he's got a rush touchdown as well, does Dunker. But Wilkins in the backfield. It's Ralston under center. The double tight end set. Wilkins straight up the middle. He's got wide open spaces. Parmalee comes up from his free safety position and tackles him before he can get the first down. 7-yard gain, though, by Wilkins. That's a great confidence booster right there for Wilkins and the offensive set for the Jaguars as they need some plays here to get things moving here in this second half. As I mentioned, they trail by 3 scores, 20-0, as the second half just got underway. But a 7-yard run is 2nd and 3 now as Ralston under center, going to hand off to Wilkins once again, it looked like. Straight up the middle, right there, met by the defense. Thomas Shamit with the tackle. 3rd and 2, gain of 1 this time by Wilkins. He went straight up the middle once again. We've seen it bust out for 7 and a 9-yard gain in the first half straight up the middle, but the Jaguars trying to go right up the gut with Wilkins. A small-statured guy in that backfield is Wilkins. Ralston under center once again. 3rd and 2. Ralston's going to quarterback keeper. Looks like he's got enough for the first down as he rolled out to the near side. Brought down. Looked like Greg Orrick. Fumble on the play, and it's picked up by the Stags. Ralston got the first down initially, but then the ball ripped out. Greg Orrick with the tackle and the strip comes up with possession. So another turnover here. This one costly, as it's going to give great field position for Bishop Miege. Just a few minutes into the third quarter, Bishop Miege causes yet again another turnover. Greg Orrick from his defensive back position, stripping the quarterback Ryan Ralston on the quarterback keeper. So that's going to bring in Cozart and the offense for Bishop Miege. Cozart under center, Smith in motion, now resets. Parmalee the near side receiver. Cozart drops back, looks for Parmalee near side. Parmalee's got some space. He's going to be brought down about the 25. Brought down by Cale McMahon is Parmalee, right about the 25-yard line. So gain of about 8 on the play. 2nd and 2 will be coming up after the pass play by Cozart to Parmalee. Prime position here for the Stags of Bishop Miege to put another score on the board and take an even more commanding lead in this contest. Cozart under center. He's got some blockers in the back. This one slings out to Parmalee once again. This time far side. Automatically met right after the catch. Garcia. But enough for a first down. Got all the way down to the 19-yard line. Did Parmalee on the reception. So back-to-back pass plays. Cozart connecting with is wide receiver Trey Parmalee. Inside the red zone for the Stags. They can put up the points as they average 35.6 points per game, scoring 48 points in 2 contests this year. Most recently last week against the Saints of St. Thomas Aquinas. Cozart getting pressured. He's going to roll out to the near side. Cozart's got some space. He's going to fire this one out of play. Looked like Richard Smith, closest receiver. Cozart had to roll out of the backfield as he had some pressure bearing down on him. Nadir Zaid with that pressure, one of the 2 Jaguar players in that backfield. There's a flag down on the field where referees conversing to see what the official call will be. Just under 10 left here in the 3rd quarter. An eligible receiver downfield on Bishop Miege, so that's going to back him up on the incomplete pass. Reset first down. 1st and 15 after the 5-yard penalty. A legal man downfield on the Stags. Pass was incomplete otherwise as Cozart was pressured in the backfield and rolled out to the near side. Couldn't find his man. Parmalee, the near side receiver, split out. Cozart backs up once again, looking for Parmalee. That one looked like it may have been tipped, but Parmalee going to corral it. Parmalee gain of about 8 yards on the play after the 5-yard penalty. Grant Garcia with the coverage and stop on Parmalee. So 3 passes to Parmalee on this offensive drive, and he's come up with 3 catches. Sprinkle in the 5-yard penalty and an incomplete pass, and that's what you got for the drive thus far. After Greg Orrick came up with a huge fumble recovery. He actually stripped the quarterback, Ryan Rolston. Under center is Cozart, drops back. He's got plenty of time. This one he's going to have to sling over. He's got a wide open man, Parmalee. Almost picked off, though. Great coverage there by Blue Valley West, but left Parmalee wide open to get all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Flag on the field, though. We'll see if anything comes back for the Stags. Marked down at the 3 is Parmalee after the catch. Nice composure by Cozart to stay in the pocket as he had pressure coming his way once again. So, a legal block. That catch now by Parmalee coming back. So, a couple penalties here being costly on this offensive drive for Bishop Miege, but they still got prime field position after the turnover by the Jaguars. From looks like their 19-yard line, the initial line of scrimmage. Cozart fires a pass, looking for Parmalee. He's got some space through the hands of a defender. Austin O'Grady went up skying for an interception. O'Grady had an interception last week, and that one back for a touchdown. Parmalee could have gotten a piece of that one too, as it went through the hands of O'Grady, but looked like Parmalee was unaware of where it was actually at. An incomplete pass nonetheless. Now the official mark is on the 18, so it's only 3rd and 9, but a couple penalties being costly here for the Stags, as they would have had 1st and goal if the last penalty wouldn't have been called on them for a legal block. Now we see the very effective 4 wide receiver set. This time going to be lined up to the near side. Back wide receivers, Parmalee. Novak with the block, and this one Cozart fires. Looked like he was going to try for Parmalee, but he fired ahead, did Cozart, of Parmalee. That's going to bring the offense off the field and set up a field goal here. Not too many field goals been attempted thus far on the season for Bishop Miege. 8:34 left here in the 3rd quarter. Colin Carter, the kicker for Bishop Miege. Carter puts it up and through the uprights. It's good for the 3 points. 35-yard field goal by Colin Carter. Almost straight down the pipe off the foot of Colin Carter, and that's going to make it 23-0. So Bishop Miege able to cash in off the forced fumble by Greg Orick, and they get 3 more points on the board. Ordering Good Sense is now quick and easy with Good Sense online ordering. Just log on to MrGoodSense.com and place your order today. The Kansas City Command powering the 810varsity.com Top 25. Season tickets for the 2012 Arena Football League season at Sprint Center are now on sale. Call 855-KC-ARENA. Speaking of that Top 25 poll, Bishop Miege finds themselves ranked in that one. It's ranking the schools in the state of Kansas and Missouri. Bishop Miege slotted at 11 with their 4-1 record. Only loss on the season to Blue Valley, a very, very good team, still undefeated on the season, is Blue Valley. But a close game for them last night. It's one of their rivals in Blue Valley North. I believe that was a 14-10 contest between those two. Carter puts this one in. A nice kickoff there. Looks like this one might be a touchback as well. And that one out of the end zone on the kickoff. Colin Carter boots that one sky high and out of play. 1st and 10 from their own 20 for the Jaguars once again. They started there on the last offensive series. That one resulted in another turnover. So they have 2 turnovers on the night to the Jaguars. An interception thrown by Rolston in the back of the end zone to Parmalee in the first half, and then the fumble by Rolston as well here in this second half. Rolston under center, twin receivers to the near side. I think you might try to go for the pass there, hands off to Wilkins instead, and met down right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Thomas Shamit in on the tackle. Throw in Ryan Sinkler as well as Brad Ivy. Swarming defense by the Stags thus far tonight. They've done a very effective job to keep the Jaguars of Blue Valley West in check. I mentioned how well Conley Wilkins has ran the ball this season. He sees 25 to 30 carries almost per game. He's had a few 100-yard plus games. Pass slung out there. It's going to be caught, but met in the backfield. Looks like Egan on the reception. Olsen fired in the flat far side, but a loss on the play. Now Cameron Egan with the reception. Cole Pickard and McKinley Johnson immediately stopping that one. A 3-yard loss on the play. 3rd and 13. Moving backwards are the Jaguars. They haven't found the offense yet here in tonight's contest. Had the one possession inside the red zone, but that coming courtesy of a interception. We'll hand off Wilkins. He's going to try to bounce it out to the near side. Brought down in the backfield once again. Brad Ivy scoops him up for the tackle. Flag on the field. Looks like holding on Blue Valley West. You'd think that will be declined by Bishop Miege. Would bring up 4th down. Indeed, it looks like head coach Tim Grunhard signaling to decline the penalty from the sideline position. So that's going to set up the punt. Johnny Middleton, the punter, who has gotten plenty of action here tonight for the Jaguars. Going to come in now for yet again another punt. This one from his own 16-yard line. So great field position could ensue here for the Stags. Low snap. Middleton gets it up. Almost got a piece of it. Did the Stags. This one hits the 50-yard line and going to roll in favor of the Jaguars. Looks like it's going to roll all the way down to about the 35. No return is marked down at the 35-yard line. That's where Bishop Miege will start the offensive drive with 6:41 left here in the third quarter. Bishop Miege leading this one 23-0 over Blue Valley West, live on 810varsity.com. Now you can live the dream. Learning to fly with Air Associates can be one of the most exciting, rewarding, and challenging activities you'll ever experience. You'll have the most fun you've ever had. Their special flight packages will make your training even more affordable. Visit their website at takeoffkc.com. Cozart and the Stags on the offensive side again. Handoff this time in the backfield. Looks like Adam Novak with the handoff, working towards the near side. Going to get about 7 on the play. Novak, instead of being a primary target at the tight end position, going out for some passes, we've seen him able to run the ball a little bit here tonight. He has ran the ball pretty effectively on the season. Only coming into tonight's contest, though, 8 carries. So he's seen a couple more carries here tonight. 89 total yards rushing it for Novak on the year, but he does have a rushing touchdown as well. But primarily known as a pass catcher from his tight end position. Cozart under center, twin receivers to the far side. Going to hand off once again. This one looked like the Novak straight up the middle. Met immediately by the defensive line of Blue Valley West. Novak maybe about 1 yard on the play. It's like Jordan Burgess met him. Brett McMecken in on the stop as well. Scoring hasn't been as much thus far here in the second half. We are still in the third quarter with 5:27 left here in the third. But only a field goal been put on the board between these two squads here in the second half thus far. Cozart under center. Mahoney in motion. Looking for Parmalee near side. Quick pass. Parmalee can't corral that one. Incomplete pass. Connor Faust with the defense. That brings up 4th down. So a punt coming for the Stags. So quick 3 and out by Bishop Miege there. Surprise there. And they're not able to effectively move the ball for Bishop Miege. Russell Gray will set up the punt. Grant Garcia back to receive it for the Jaguars. 5:14 left here in the third quarter. Jaguars find themselves in a 23-point deficit. This one towards the far sideline. Grant plays it off the bounce. He's going to be at the 30. Still in bounds and at the 40. And then he's nailed automatically out of play. A flag comes flying in on that hit, it looks like. Garcia brings it back to his own 41-yard line. Thought there may have been a flag on the play, but now I'm just thinking that they threw the ball marker down, did the referees, and that's indeed the case. No flag on that one, just a really great hit by the Stags. 1st and 10 from the 41 for the Jaguars of Blue Valley West. Ralston under center, twin receivers to the near side. Wilkins in the backfield. Ralston handoff to Wilkins. He's going to cut up the middle and be met automatically. Adam Novak makes sure he doesn't get anywhere before his fellow teammates help bring Wilkins down. Looks like no gain on the play by the carry by Wilkins. 2nd and 10 now for the Jaguars, as they're still searching for some sort of stability on the offensive side of the ball here tonight. Receivers split out to both sides. Ralston still under center, not in the shotgun at all thus far tonight. Drop back to pass, looking for Egan to the near side. Incomplete pass. McKinley Johnson with the coverage. Cameron Egan has really been the go-to receiver when Ralston has tried to pass it. I mean, he's connected with Egan on a few pass plays tonight thus far, but not too many passes connected on by the Jaguars. And Egan has been the primary target, and then Wilkins, a good dosage of him out of the backfield. But he hasn't been able to rattle off any big runs, and he's known for a few. He's got a pair of 60-plus yard runs for touchdowns on the season, does Wilkins. I believe timeout on the field, looks like. And that's going to be timeout by the Jaguars. They try to get something going here on the offensive side. It's 3rd and 10 with 4:19 left here in the third quarter. Blue Valley West trailing 23-0 to Bishop Miege. Bishop Miege 4-1 on the season, trying to improve to 5-1 before they take on what was an undefeated Mill Valley team coming into tonight's contest. And that will open up district play. Mill Valley playing another high-caliber team in Baser-Linwood, which you can catch that game live on a10varsity.com as well. Looks like Mill Valley, pending an ultimate, a pretty good comeback, will probably fall to 5-1. So it'll be a matchup of 5-1 if the scores stand up for both these two games, respective here at Miege and the Mill Valley game, who they're playing Baser-Linwood. The score of that game, 35-14. You can check out all the scores on a10varsity.com, as well as some of the other broadcasts as well if you want to tune in to check up on some scores. Games will be archived every week, so you can go back and watch the action from week 1 or any of the other weeks as well. If you want to go back and watch tonight's game, maybe you missed a play in the first half, you want to see that, you can go back and definitely tune in. Ralston going to drop back the pass. He's being pressured in the backfield. This one lofted up again. Last time he lofted up a pass, it resulted in an interception in the end zone. McKinley Johnson with the defense. Pass intended for Brett McMahon. Adam Novak and Brad Ivy in the backfield causing some havoc on Ralston. Adam Novak has been all over the field. Defense and offense. Novak has 2 sacks, quarterback pressure there. I mean, he's got a few carries out of the backfield, got a couple passes to his credit as well. About the only thing he hasn't done tonight is get a score. Punt by Middleton and the Jaguars. Going to be fielded by Parmalee, a line drive punt. Parmalee, nice stiff arm, but brought down. Good job by the Jaguars defense, or the special teams. Robert Edwards brings the tackle. Brings Parmalee down. Edwards got stiff-armed by Parmalee, but still came up with the tackle. So the Stags will start the offensive drive from their own 28-yard line. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. 23-0 the advantage for Bishop Miege. Blue Valley West also opens up district play. As I mentioned, Bishop Miege opening up their district play, but Blue Valley West will take on Olathe East at Olathe East next week as Kozar going to quick handoff to Novak in the backfield once again. Straight up the middle. Gain of about 2 yards on the play by Novak on the carry. Davis Clark and Austin Ash with the tackle. Connor DeLeon checking in from the sideline for the Stags. Novak will come out. So it looks like DeLeon will be in the backfield here for Miege. Cozart will go under center. Twin receivers to the near side. Mahoney now going to go in motion. Going to line up in the slot on the far. Cozart hands off to the checked in DeLeon. DeLeon straight up the pipe. 2-yard gain for DeLeon. TJ Russell and Brett McMankin on the stop. Third and 5. After a couple carries, one by Novak and then the last one by Connor DeLeon. It's a 3-yard run by Novak to start things off on the drive, and then a 2-yard gain there by DeLeon. Cozart will be under center once again this time, so 3 consecutive plays not in the shotgun for Bishop Miege. Twin receivers to the far side. Quick pass to McKinley Johnson near side. We saw the quick passes thus far tonight work quite effectively. First down there, a 6-yard gain on the connection from Cozart to McKinley Johnson. Connor Faust with the defense. Ryan Rolston also in over there to help bring down McKinley Johnson. Cozart under center, trip receivers to the far side. Pitch in the backfield to DeLeon. He breaks one tackle, and he's got a little space. He's got about 5 yards on the play. Spencer Petrillo with the tackle.
Stopped by Ryan Agnish, Jordan Burgess.
2nd and 6 after a 4-yard gain instead of 5 by DeLeon on the pitch from Cozart. Cozart this time will be in the shotgun for the first time on this series. Quick handoff, though. Now right to DeLeon. Nader Zayed with the stop for the Jaguars. Minute 26 left here in the third quarter. Stags doing it with the run game here on this offensive drive. Only one pass, and it was connected on from Cozart to McKinley Johnson in the near side for the first down. This one's going to bring up third down, 3rd and 4, so you might see the Stags go to the air once again. Near side trip receivers. Novak in the middle. Mahoney, the farthest receiver, split out. Cozart looking, he's going to go downfield. He's got the tight end Novak, but he overthrows him. He overthrows Novak. Austin O'Grady with the coverage, but Novak had him beat, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So the Stags try to go for it. A big play there, but to no avail, and that means the punt team will come on the field. Russell Gray to punt this one away. Grant Garcia back once again to receive the punt. Just under a minute left here in this third quarter. As I mentioned, not very much scoring in the second half thus far. Only a field goal put on the board, and that coming at the hands of Bishop Miege. Now Gray in punt formation to get this one off with a minute left here in the third quarter. Gray gets that one off pretty handedly. Garcia's going to play it off the bounce, and he scoops it up right about the 10-yard line. Goes right through everybody. He's got some space. He's at the 30. He's going to be at the 40. Breaks another tackle. He's got some blocks. He's at the 50. Into Stags territory is Grant Garcia. A huge return. Maybe that's the spark that the Jaguars need to get their offensive moving. 33.9 seconds left here in this third quarter. Adam Novak making a special teams play. As I mentioned, he's been everywhere, and might as well throw it in on special teams, making what may have been a touchdown-saving tackle to push out Garcia out of bounds. 47-yard line of Bishop Miege is where the Jaguars of Blue Valley West will start things off. Best field position by far on any offensive series besides the one they had inside the 10-yard line on the interception return. This one handoff to Wilkes. Ryan Agnostic in at quarterback as Wilkes handed it off. Looked like there may have been a flag. Wilkes rolled out to the far side, enough for a first down to appear. Indeed it is, about a 13-yard scamper for Conley Wilkes. Conley Wilkins finally getting some space to be able to bust out, but this penalty might bring that one back. Indeed, it looks like it is, as the Jaguars' offense is moving backwards. Holding right about the end of the run on the holding play, right, because the flag was thrown right about where Wilkins went out of bounds. So quarterback change for Blue Valley West. Ryan Agnostic under center instead. Agnostic's going to drop back to pass, looking towards the far sideline. That great pass defense by Greg Orrick. Looks like Egan, the intended receiver, excuse me. Greg Orrick with some great coverage as he was right on top of Egan. 2nd and 7 for Blue Valley West. 12.6 left here in the third quarter. And again, Ryan Agnostic, the quarterback now for the Jaguars. Wilkinson in the backfield. Handoff to Wilkinson. He's going to go straight up the middle. He's got the space. He's broke out into the secondary, and he's going for the first down and more. He's going to be brought out at the 20. Conley Wilkins gets down into the red zone. We'll see where he's officially brought out of play. Good enough for a first down, though. A huge first down there. About a 19-yard run by Conley Wilkins. The biggest play thus far for Blue Valley West Jaguars on the night. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard, or excuse me, the 17-yard line. see one of the lines judge on the near side conversing with head coach Tim Grunhard about something. And play will resume. 4.5 seconds left here in the third quarter. One play pretty much left here for the Jaguars of Blue Valley West. But they are inside the red zone for just the second time of this contest. Going to roll out. Hand off to Wilkins near far side, and he's going to be brought down about the 10. Wilkins actually brought down at the 11. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. But Blue Valley West charging in for a potential score here, and the fourth quarter will resume. The Jaguars will be on their Stags 11-yard line looking for their first score of the game. Last time Blue Valley West was in the red zone happened to be courtesy of a interception by Bishop Miege, and then Jaguars proceeded to turn it right back over after 2 plays as they threw an interception in the back of the end zone, did the quarterback Ryan Rolston. But a new quarterback for the Jaguars now, Ryan Agnostic, who actually came up with the interception in that first half. He is the new quarterback behind the offense for Blue Valley West. Time to buy a new washer and dryer. Need a facelift to the kitchen. Factory Direct Appliance has 5 locations around the Kansas City area, including the Northland at 152nd Highway and North Oak. Special financing available. Buy Factory Direct and save at Factory Direct Appliance. Call 816-468-8344 or visit us at kcfda.com. So a legitimate scoring opportunity here for Blue Valley West. They get the offense moving. Conley Wilkins busted up a 19-yard run on this drive. A few other solid runs by Wilkins and Ryan Agnostic taking the quarterback helm. Agnostic's going to drop back, and he's going to fake the handoff to Wilkins. Chip pass. That one's going to be caught. Nice job, and it's going to go in there for the end zone. Jaguars get the point. Mahoney got bruised up, as it was a nice pass play by Brett McMahon, who got the catch and touchdown. Nice deception, though, by the quarterback, Ryan Agnostic, who sold the play fake tremendously. He play fake to Conley Wilkins in the backfield. Got the Stags defense to think it was a run play. Then a quick dump-off pass to Brett McMakin, for the touchdown for Blue Valley West. They get on the board here in the fourth quarter, so pinning the extra point. We'll see if they have 7. It looks like they're going to go for 2. Agnostic's going to drop back to pass. He's got Wilkins, got some space. Agnostic fires to the back of the end zone, intercepted. Timmy Mahoney intercepts the 2-point conversion, so incomplete the conversion is incomplete, by Blue Valley West. 23-6 is the score after the failed 2-point conversion attempt. 11:51 left in the game. The Jaguars finally find the spark they needed on the offensive end. They got a huge return on the punt return from Grant Garcia to get things going. They actually took it back into Stag territory. And then Ryan Agnostic checking in at quarterback position after Rolston's night wasn't very effective at the quarterback position. And he leads his Jaguar squad down the field behind a most notably 19-yard run by Conley Wilkins, and then the touchdown pass from Agnostic to Brett McMakin, going for 11 yards. So kickoff coming by Blue Valley West. Spencer Johannesman gets that one off. Fielded by McKinley Johnson. Working back to the near side. Gets a block from George. Now he's going to be brought down. Looks like there may have been a face mask. No flag thrown on the play. McKinley Johnson brought down at his own 31-yard line officially. 11:42. left here in the contest. Excuse me, that was Troy Burgett with the kick. He does the kickoff duties, and Spencer Johannesman does the field goal kicking duties. Got them confused on my chart here. But the offensive set now will start for the Stags with 11:42 left in the contest. They lead this one 23-6. Handoff up the middle by Kozar. Unsure exactly who got the credit. Connor DeLeon, I believe. Yeah, he took the carry there on first down. No gain on the play, so 2nd and 10. Cale McMakin coming up with the stop. It's Kozart in the shotgun. DeLeon in the backfield. Twin receivers both sides. Near side is Mahoney and the tight end Adam Novak. Quick pass to Novak, and he's going to be brought down. Couldn't get the block from Mahoney. Novak comes up with the quick pass reception. Gain of about 4 on the play. Connor Faust comes up with the tackle. No yards after the catch there for Novak. 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard passing catch. Kozart gets the play from the sideline. Back in there, just setting up the offensive formation for his teammates. Parmalee going to split out to the far side with McKinley Johnson in the slot. Timmy Mahoney, the near side receiver. Connor DeLeon in the backfield. Kozart going to drop back to pass. He's going to find Mahoney on the near side. Mahoney goes up for it. He catches it. Mahoney brings it in. He's going to be down at the 30-yard line of Blue Valley West. Nice coverage by Connor Faust, but he had his back turned, and Mahoney snags that one. But the pass by Montel Kozart was a precise precision pass. One of the most beautiful passes I have seen by a high school quarterback there. Kozart just airs that up and sinks it in, only to where his wide receiver can get that one. Timmy Mahoney coming up with another huge reception. Timeout by the Jaguars of Blue Valley West. That pass and catch going for well over 40 yards. About 47 to be exact. 10-10 left here in the contest, and Bishop Miege finds themselves in Jaguar territory once again. $5 footlong subs are back at Mr. Goodson. 7 great subs to choose from. Come see what fresh really is at Mr. Goodson's. So it would be 1st and 10 for Miege from their own, the Jaguars' 30-yard line after the huge catch by Mahoney. Kozart will be under center. Looks like DeLeon in the backfield. Another pitch to DeLeon. He's met automatically in the backfield. Nice, huge play by the Jaguars' defense to stop DeLeon in the backfield. Brett McMicken. Mentioned his name quite a bit tonight. Been very active on the defensive side, especially for the Jaguars. Officially a 1-yard loss by DeLeon and the Stags. So 2nd and 11 after that nice defensive play by Brett McMicken. Kozart in the shotgun. DeLeon in the backfield. Twin receivers to both sides. Hand up to DeLeon straight up the middle. He's going to be brought down quickly. Cale McMakin in on the tackle. Throw in Johnny Middleton, I believe, as well.
Johnny Middleton on the stop.
Gain of 4. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 after the initial 1-yard loss by DeLeon. So all the Stags resort to the running attack here on the last 2 offensive drives, trying to work that clock come away with what would be their 5th victory of the season. Cozart in the shotgun, now looking for the first down. He's going to sling it out. This one, Parmalee was in the vicinity. Also, McKinley Johnson. And that one drops in between the two receivers. Cozart a little frustrated after that pass. That's going to bring up 4th and 7. Connor Faust with coverage. It looks like Bishop Miege will go for it on 4th down instead of setting up for the field goal. They kicked a 35-yard field goal here in the second half behind the leg of Colin Carter, so this one would be in the range of 40+. And there's a quick penalty flag thrown on the field. Looks like it's going to be a false start, usually what those penalty flags result in. Indeed it is. Legal procedure by Bishop Miege. 8:41 left in the contest. That backs up Miege 5 yards. So instead of 4th and 7, it's 4th and 12. And instead of going for it on 4th and 7, head coach Tim Grunhard says, let's send on the punt team. Russell Gray into punt. Gray going to try to pin back the Jaguars here, and that one goes out of play. We'll see where it is marked. Tried to boot that one off the side of his foot to try to get them bad field position for the Jaguars, trying to pin them inside their own 10, but they will start from their own 23. Or excuse me, 28. Definitely not the punt that head coach Tim Grunhard wanted, as it went less than 10 yards by Russell Gray as he tried to hit it off the side of his foot. Just not effective there for Gray on the punt attempt as Agnostic in the under center. Handoff to Wilkins straight up the middle. Wilkins busts through the linebackers and now he's into the secondary. He's got enough for the first down and more. 13-yard gain by Conley Wilkins. He somehow found his burst here in this 4th quarter. He's got some big runs. A 19-yard one on the last offensive series and now a 13-1 there. Gets good enough for a 1st and 10. Greg Orrick was in on the tackle for the Stags, stopping Wilkins and holding him just to a 13-yard gain. 8:23 left here in the game. 23-6 is the score. Blue Valley West scored on the last offensive series, and they had a great play to start this one off. Nastic drops back. He's got some people in his face. He's going to fire that pass off back into his own bench, but he had men in his lap. Brad Ivy and Richard Smith were in the backfield. Also, Thomas Shamit, you can credit him with some pressure along that offensive line. Intentional grounding is the call. There wasn't a wide receiver in the vicinity of that pass, and he was still in the pocket, was Agnostic. I was wondering if that might have been the call, and indeed it is. So instead of just an incompletion for the Jaguars, it ends up resulting in a penalty and moving them back even further. So that definitely stifles that 13-yard run that Wilkins produced earlier. It's going to be 2nd and 20. Second and 22, excuse me. And that's going to hand off to Wilkins. Wilkins going to go working to the far side. He's got some space, breaks a few tackles, going to be brought out of bounds. Almost gets back to the original line of scrimmage, it looks like. Indeed, it might be. Original line of scrimmage is the mark for Wilkins. He's found some space running. He's picked up his motor, or maybe the Stags' defense have gotten a little bit tired and unable to track him down here in this 4th quarter. Nonetheless, the Jaguars have found something that's effective on their offensive side of the ball. 3rd and 10. Gain of 12 by Wilkins on the last run. Agnostic under center, twin receivers to the near side. Pressure coming straight up the middle and hit. Ivy sacked, handoff was given to Wilkins. It would have been a sack, but Wilkins just gets lit up in the backfield by the linebacker Brad Ivy. Ivy had a fumble recovery for a touchdown last week against Aquinas, and he definitely is a go-to player on the defensive side. I know he watches extra film, Coach Grunhard telling me. He definitely dedicates his time to the football field and as well as his studies, but puts in a few more extra hours at the film sessions. Middleton gets the punt off. It's going to be played off the bounce. Parmalee scoops it up. Got some space. He fades one tackler. He's got a blocker in front of him, going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. Parmalee with the return. So Bishop Miege will get their offensive series once again with 7:08 left here in the contest, leading 23-6 are the Stags over the Jaguars. Live on 810varsity.com. 810varsity.com now brings live video streams for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to all the action live on your computer, iPad, or phone. And of course, live scores, rankings, and more, live or archive. Get the games at 810varsity.com. Cozart on the quarterback keeper in the shotgun formation. Looks like 2-yard gain by Cozart there. Got to think that Bishop Miege will stick to the ground game once again. Pass it when they need to. As the last couple offensive drives for Bishop Miege, they've stuck to running the ball quite a bit behind Connor De Leon and mix in Montel Cozart with some quarterback keepers as well. We got as wide receivers split out here. The 4 wide receivers set to the near side. Quick pass to Parmalee in the flat. And it's going to go for a first down and more. 15-yard gain on that one. So they just looked like they wanted to try to contradict me as instead of sticking to the run, they go for the pass play there. And what you could call theoretically a run, as it was passed behind the line of scrimmage. So it was all yards after the catch by Parmalee there, and it went for 15 and a first down. Cozart will once again be in the shotgun. Same set, but just flipped. McKinley Johnson, the near side receiver, and then the 4 receivers to the far side. Quarterback keeper Cozart straight up the middle. Going to be about 5-yard gain. Cozart just pushed behind his offensive line. Some nice work there by the offensive line. Mitch Willie, most notably, the right tackle, make it pushing through there. Ryan Sinkler in that mix to help Cozart push ahead for what was a 6-yard gain officially on the field. Time winding down, 5:30 left in the contest, but Bishop Miege is just taking their time. Play clock winding down, all the way down to 5 right now. Cozart in the shotgun. The 4 wide receiver formation to the far side. It's Cozart looking for Mahoney and finds Mahoney. Mahoney gets that one. Eludes one tackle, and he's going to get the first down, it looked like. But actually, maybe a little short as the Jaguars converge on Timmy Mahoney. Kel McMakin on the stop. Pass a little ahead of Mahoney, but he was able to corral it. Little shy of the first down. Officially 3rd and 1, but it's definitely less than 1 yard. Maybe less than a half of yard, according to where my vantage point for the Stags. They line up in that 4 diamond wide receiver formation. Quarterback keeper by Cozart, and he's going to get the first down, plus a couple more. So quarterback sneak by Montel Cozart, and good enough for the first down. Keep the clock moving, will Bishop Miege, to try to get to their 5th win of the season. Score stands pat. Bishop Miege would improve to 5-8, or 5-1, excuse me, on the season, while Blue Valley West would fall to 2-3. But we still have a little bit of time left in this contest, 4 minutes. Cozart going to be the quarterback keeper once again, working to the near side of the offensive line. Brought down. Gain of a few yards on the play. Clay Delaney with the tackle. Under 4 now left here in the game. Update on the Basehor-Linwood Mill Valley game. 42-21 in that contest. Not sure if that's a final. Still not a final. It's still got a little bit left to go in that one. Cozart in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers to the near side. Cozart, quarterback keeper's got the first down and more. Brought down by Austin O'Grady, but not after a 14-yard gain. Bishop Miege another first down. Keep the clock moving. 3:23 left in the game. 23-6 is the score. Bishop Miege theoretically playing keep away here from the offense of Blue Valley West, as the Jaguars offense has found a spark in this fourth quarter, been able to get a score on the board and been able to effectively move the ball a little bit behind the rushing attack of Conley Wilkins and some passing attack of the quarterback Ryan Agnastic. Cozart with another carry, and that's good enough for about 5 yards on that one as he worked it to the far sideline. Ryan Rolston, who started off the night as the Jaguars quarterback, but taken out after some ineffectiveness. Ryan Agnastic coming in and leading the Jaguars to the lone scoring drive for them on the night. 2-point conversion was unsuccessful on that drive for Blue Valley West, but they did get the touchdown on the board. Cozart will be in the shotgun once again. The 4 wide receivers to the near side, and again Cozart with the quarterback keeper, just trying to elude tacklers. Looks like he might get back to the line of scrimmage on that one. O'Grady comes up to make the tackle. O'Grady playing the free safety position. Timeout by the Jaguars, as it's 3rd and 6 for Bishop Miege. If the Jaguars are able to come up with a huge play on 3rd and 6, maybe they can get the ball back and still make a drive and try to get another score on the board. But as I was mentioning, Austin O'Grady had a 43-yard interception return last week in the 14-10 victory over Blue Valley Southwest for Blue Valley West. Austin O'Grady is the reigning Kansas Player of the Week, according to the KC Star. So Austin O'Grady getting that credit to his name. A few other scores that are pertinent to Bishop Miege, and Turner's in the same district as Miege. They are leading 10-8 over Piper. And the other school in Miege's district is Harmon, but they are tied 6-6 from Wyandotte. The last score update on that one, and that was, I believe, at half, so haven't been updated since then on that score. Cozart under center, going to try to keep it himself. Looks like he's going to try to pass. He's got plenty of people in his face. Looking for Adam Novak. That's going to be an incomplete pass. There was 3 Jaguars in the backfield, right in the face of Cozart. So Cozart definitely probably didn't have the vision that he would have wanted to be able to field that one. Minute 57 left here in the contest. Bishop Miege be able to move to 5-1 on the season with the victory here tonight. 23-6 is the score. Miege just trying to work the clock. They tried to pass it there, as it was 3rd and 6. They were trying to get the first down. Now it's going to be 4th and 6. Timeout called by Bishop Miege. We'll see if they just punt it away or try to convert, as they are in Jaguars territory at the 35-yard line. Both these squads will have some tough tests next week as district play opens up. As I've been mentioning, Mill Valley looks to be 5-1 as they look to come up with a loss at against Basehor-Linwood tonight, but they'll play Bishop Miege. Miege will go on the road for that contest, and then Blue Valley West will be on the road as well. And they're going to Olathe East. So the punting unit comes on the field for Bishop Miege. Russell Gray will punt this one away. Grant Garcia back to field it. Let's see if Gray can pin the Jaguars back on this one. He gets that one straight up. Nice punt there. It's going to take a Jaguar bounce, but be fielded at the 20-yard line and downed by Adam Novak. Minute 52 left in the contest. We'll see if Blue Valley West can still keep the effectiveness that they've had in this fourth quarter on the offensive side. On their offensive side, maybe they can march down the field, try to get a late score, but not enough time for them really to mount any sort of comeback as they trail 23-6. Receivers to both sides, tight ends tight on both sides. Agnostic going to drop back to pass, quickly fires to the near side, incomplete. Intended for Egan. Parmalee with the coverage. Also McKinley Johnson in there as well. 2nd and 10 now for the Jaguars after the incompletion from their own 20-yard line. Minute 48 left in the contest. 23-6 is the score. Miege leading this one on their way to the 5th victory of the season for the Stags. Agnostic fires. That one bobbled up. Novak comes up with the pass breakup. Adam Novak has had one of the games to remember for himself here tonight.
Knocked down at the line by
Adam Novak has 2 sacks on back-to-back plays in the first half. He's got the pass breakup there. He's had some quarterback pressures on the defensive side. That's all his defensive accolades here tonight. He's made plays on the special teams. The game-saving tackle, because Grant Garcia looked like he may bust one for a touchdown on this side for the Jaguars. And then Novak as well on offense has been in the mix. And Nasik going to drop back, going to roll out to the far side. Got some space in front of him. He's going to take it himself. And he may get enough for the first down. Depends on where the spot is. Looks like about 9 only going to be officially credited for Agnish. Will be 4th and 1, though. So respectable chance for the Jaguars to try to pick up the first down here on the 4th down. Minute 16 after the run. Agnostic runs straight up the middle. Quarterback keeper and enough for the first down. 11-11 left here in the game. Jaguars still keeping the offensive possession moving behind the legs of quarterback Agnish. That one tipped once again from the defensive line. Agnish, Adam Novak getting his hands and wreaking havoc once again. Whether it's Ryan Ralston or Ryan Agnish, Adam Novak doesn't care. He's just making sure that he causes problems for the Blue Valley West quarterbacks. Minute 4 left after the incompletion. 2nd and 10. Agnish going to run straight up the middle. And be met by the linebackers. Penalty flag on the play. Agnish brought down. Richard Smith up from his defensive position in there as well as a few of the linebackers for Bishop Miege. A face mask, though, so that's going to be some more yards for the Jaguars. Under a minute, though, left in the game. 56.8 to be exact. Bishop Miege struck first and quickly. Quanzi Johnson, a touchdown catch. 30-plus yards on that one. That was the first score of the game, and it was 20-0 before you knew it. Agnish drops back to pass, looking near side. He's got a man. Oh, nice hit by Trey Parmalee on the incomplete pass. Parmalee lays out to come up with that one. Brett McMakin, the intended receiver, didn't see Parmalee coming at all. Parmalee just throws himself out there to take out McMakin. That's a lay the wood hit if you ever see one. 46.6 seconds now left after the incompletion there. Twin receivers to the near side for the Jaguars. Lone receiver to the far. Ajnik drops back, going to fire that one to the far side. That one's complete. Looks like Craven Eggen with the reception. 3rd down and 5. Greg Orick with the stop. No yards after the catch there on that one, though. Ajnik going to fake the handoff to Wilkins, looking for Eggen again on the far sideline. Pass incomplete. Now 4th down, 4th and 5. Again, another 4th down for the Jaguars, but this one pretty much in the books. Just a few more plays and it'll be official. 23-6 is the score. Jaguars still have a chance to put some more points on the board, make it a little bit more respectable of a score. They've been able to pick up the offense, though, here in this 4th quarter, respectively. They've been able to move the ball. As soon as Ryan Ajnik came in at quarterback, he was able to lead the Jaguars to a touchdown drive. Penalty flag on the field. Looks like a delay of game call. Now it's going to be 4th and 10 after the 5-yard penalty. So 4th and 10, 21.8 seconds left in the contest. Drop back is Ryan Ajnik. He's just going to take it himself, find some wide open space. He's got more of space. He's at the 40-yard line of the Stags. Great move there. He went down the far sideline, cut back to the middle. No one there to stop him. Alex Friesen, Greg Orick in on the tackle. And Adam Novak in on that mix as well. What has Adam Novak not been in on here tonight? Ajnik drops back with 4 seconds left. Fires this one near side. Looks like it may be intercepted. Mahoney converged on it with McKinley Johnson. A little bit of confusion between the defensive backs for Miege. Maybe would have been an interception if only one of them went for it. But Mahoney and McKinley Johnson both go for it. Knock it down nonetheless. So no completion for the Jaguars. One last play with less than 1 second left here in this game. Jaguars probably going to air this one out, try to go for broke. Ajnik drives a quick pass. That one through the hands of his receiver, Egnan, and that's going to do it. 23-6 is your final here at Bishop Miege. 23-6 is the score. Bishop Miege gets the victory over Blue Valley West. Blue Valley West will fall to 2-3 on the season. Bishop Miege will improve to 5-1 on the season. Recap what went on during the game. A quick start for Bishop Miege, and they took the lead and didn't look back. They scored 20 points in the first half on 3 Montel Cozart passes. First one to Quanzi Johnson. The extra point was no good on that one. But then 2 one-play drives resulting in the next 2 touchdowns. A 66-yard pass connection from Cozart to Timmy Mahoney, and then a 52-yard passing catch from Cozart to Trey Parmalee. Had a couple interceptions to end that first half as the Jaguars got an interception. Thought they may be able to get some points on the board before halftime, but they threw an interception in the end zone to Trey Parmalee. And then second half, the Jaguars coughed it up on a forced fumble by Greg Orick for the Stags, and that resulted in a 35-yard Colin Carter field goal for Bishop Miege. And that's where they got the 23 points for Bishop Miege. But then the fight was not all the way out of those Jaguars from Blue Valley West. They were able to get a spark from Ryan Agnostic, who checked in at quarterback and led them down for a touchdown drive, a 11-yard pitch and catch to Brett McMakin on the touchdown there. They almost came away with another score, did the Jaguars, but failed here as they tried to drive with the last few seconds. But that's going to do it from Bishop Miege High School, and that's the Stags of Bishop Miege win 23-6 over Blue Valley West. Miege will travel to Mill Valley next week and play them on the road. Mill Valley, I believe, falling to Baser Linwood tonight. They were trailing by 21 last time I checked. Don't have the official final score in that one, but it should be a district game between those two teams, and they both should be at 5-1. Thanks for listening to A10varsity.com as always. Make sure A10varsity.com is your central hub for the playoffs. At Playoff Central, get live district standings, live updated playoff brackets, and even bracketology. A10 Varsity predicting the playoff field. Your source for the playoffs, A10varsity.com. Hey, sports fans, thinking about buying or selling a home? I know about 6,000 agents who would like to charge you way too much, or you can call our friends over at Realty 1.5. Red 7, hot route service and want to save thousands of dollars? Give them a call at 913-302-7886. Again, 913-302-7886. That's Realty 1.5. Thanks again for tuning live on A10varsity.com. You can check out the archive broadcast in the next few days for this contest and also previous contests of the season. Next week we will have the broadcast of Bishop Miege against Mill Valley on the road. It'll be a district play game as district play opens up across the state of Kansas. As Blue Valley West will travel to Olathe East and Bishop Miege will travel to Mill Valley. Final score here tonight, 23-6. Bishop Miege wins this one over Blue Valley West, live on A10varsity.com.